Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello everyone, my name is Salvador, and today we're going to talk about Star Tacos. Hello, I'm Salvador, I'm the CEO.
My name is Tabari. I am the CIO.
My name's Eric, I'm the CFO.
My name is Richie, and I'm the CMO.
I'm Joseph, and I'm the secretary.
The problem, people are mostly getting tired of regular tacos, but we got the solution for you. We have flavored tortillas that are handmade. They're natural ingredients like tomato, give them their infused colors. And the customers will come and purchase food there. They will be exposed to the color. These would be three of the flavors. The first one's flour, the green one is spinach, and the red one's tomato. Each of them will cost the same, $1.50.
So our competition, one of our major competitors is Mini Taco Shells, and they're an online retailer that will ship out mini taco shells that are actually different colored and different flavored as well. And our second main competitor is Quesadilla Gorilla, although they don't major in tacos, so they mostly major in quesadillas.
Customer segment. Our target audience are millennials, aged 13 to 30. We decided to target them with our social media campaign. We have an Instagram, a Facebook, and a Twitter, and we plan on marketing to them because they are always keeping up with the newest trends and they're keeping up with the newest things going on.
So our TAM market size. So our total number of the population that we focus on was Fresno County, so that's 989,000 people. But we lowered that to focus on millennials in Fresno County, which is 103,000 approximately. And we doubled that amount because we believe that the millennials will come to our taco shop not once but twice a month. So we doubled that, and then it gives us 207,000 approximately. And then we also believe that they'll buy an average amount of $5 worth of tacos per time that they visit our truck, which gives us our TAM revenue, which is $1,038,000. And then our SAM revenue, I cut it by half, so our estimate number of buyers is 51,000, and the amount of units per person is times 2 still? Wait, no.
You show 5.
Oh, times 5, because we still did like the $5 averagely that they're gonna buy. And then the SAM revenue is 260,000.
So our advertising costs, as Tabari stated, we're going to use social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Our Instagram ad is going to be $6.70 per 1,000 view. Our Facebook is going to be 65 cents per 1,000 view. And our Twitter ad is going to be $1.35 per engagement.
Our costs. For our meats, they average around $3.50 per pound of meat. From that pound of meat, we are able to make about 10 tacos. Our sauces yield about 250 servings, and they cost $5 each to make. Our tortillas cost us $8 to $8.50 per batch of 30 that we make, and it depends on the flavoring. If we use the red flavor, it'll only cost us $1 for the tomatoes and chilies, and if we use the green flavoring, it'll only cost us $1.50 for the cilantro and the limes. And now each taco personally costs us 80 cents to make, and we sell them for $1.50.
So our MVP. Last Friday on February 8th, we tested and collaborated with the Palace, and we catered for their dance, and we sold approximately 120 tacos to 30 people that were there and bought it for $1.50 each.
Thank you for your time.
So what kind of feedback did you get after your taco sales? You sold 120.
Did you collect any feedback from them again about what they thought about the flavors, or value, or anything like that? What kind of information did you get from that experiment?
The main thing that we got from that was that our meat was great and it went well with the tacos. That was all.
What about, so it seems like the differentiator of your product is the tortilla with the color and the flavor. Did you get any feedback from them about, that part of the product specifically, the flavors, the color, and how that,
So on that night, we only used our gourd. So we didn't expand to our other colors yet at that time.
Okay, so you haven't actually tested yet. And if I understand you correctly, that's the kind of the key feature of your product. So you haven't actually had a test yet that focused on that aspect of the product. Is that correct?
Yes. But I like the idea that you are focusing on tacos. As per my information, that each state is famous for certain food. So when we speak about California, tacos comes number one. So it's really nice to think this way. My point is, actually I have different questions. So let me start with the first one. What about your competitors? Everywhere we find Mexican food and some caravans and a lot of variety. So how did you consider competition in your presentation and in your preparation?
Well, a lot of the taco trucks here, they're all the same. Asada, Carnitas, Abadabo, El Pastor, it doesn't matter. We decided to put the color in our shells to differentiate us from the competition. We also add flavor into those colors, which adds a whole new experience to the tacos.
So it means that you are the first one to implement such recipe.
Well,
Anyone else has similar recipes to this?
online we researched, we saw a company, Mini Taco Shells. They only created hard taco shells and you have to order those online and they send them to you. But locally, we didn't see any competition.
Nice.
With the colors. Yeah.
I see. This is nice. Okay, let me ask you. I have 5 gentlemen here. Any of you is using Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Let me explain why I asked this question, because for my understanding too, most of Generation Z is not using Facebook. Mainly it's other communication tools, other social media. So why you are going to use Facebook in your communication? Are you targeting, what is your segment which you are targeting mainly?
So we chose Facebook because from what I know is that, and see on my feed for Facebook when I'm on it, is that people share a lot of food videos, or how to create different types of foods. And if we were to create a Facebook page and throw record a video of us making our tortillas, then it will be shared and spread throughout, and then people will see it.
So your cost of goods sold, your COGS, almost, you said it's 80 cents per one taco, and you're gonna sell it for 150, which is it's 53% of your selling price. So did you consider other costs, other expenses?
Well, mainly the cost comes from the meat. If we get different meats, like the Abadabo, that was cheaper than the asada. The asada was $3.99, and we can find other meats for cheaper if we think about it. We could probably use carnitas or chicken. Chicken is really cheap. We'll take that into consideration.
Thank you. Just my point is why I'm asking this question, because I would love to see you considering some other cost items. There is a lot of other cost items. It's not only about the cost of the goods you buy, the material. So based on that, you specified your selling price for $1.5. So any idea about your profits? How it's going to be? Did you try to consider any kind of financial statements, like your income statement? So any hypothesis for this? any estimation for your other costs, like administrative cost, marketing cost? Did you consider any of other of these costs, or you're going to prepare for this later?
We'll prepare for this later. At the moment, we do.
Thank you.
So you can get the word out there, I mean, social media and whatnot, about what you're doing, but it seems to me part of the, I'd like to know how you're actually going to sell them. I mean, because you're actually making tacos, you know, and you need to sell tacos. So where are you going to sell those tacos? I mean, making them, your costs, everything were, you know, included making a taco, but where and how are you going to sell them? You know, you can get the word out there, but what are you going to tell people to do? You can tell them to come here, or you know, that kind of thing. What are you thinking about as far as?
Well, we planned on having a website very soon, and as we stated on the 8th, we actually catered an event, and we think that's where most of our income will come from. And if we have a website, we can advertise the website, and people can order catering.
So you, through catering, is how you would actually sell them. Okay.
You mentioned something about a truck too, I thought, in the
Truck.
presentation. Are you,
Yeah.
is that part of your plan ultimately to
Yep.
purchase a
Yes.
truck and sell mobily?
Yeah.
Well, you might want to try to partner with an existing, you know, since it's something unique, and partner with an existing business or something. I mean, there's not a lot of barriers to entry for somebody else to compete with you, but if you were to be a supplier for them, that might work out well with somebody who's already established, you know, then that takes care of part of your marketing and, you know, and getting established in the community, I think.
Should we supply the shells or?
Well, I don't know, it may be, because like everybody can make the meat, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, that changes, that makes you pivot what you're thinking. You're talking about being a taco vendor, right? And I'm talking about being a tortilla supplier. So focus on what is differentiated and what you can be good at, as opposed to something where you're competing with everybody for the same thing. I would think if you could supply to every taco vendor, right, wouldn't that be great if they had, you know, it's like everybody buys Kraft cheese, you know, they'd all buy Star Taco shells or tortillas, and utilize your tortillas. So, just trying to think of something that sets you up better for, instead of competing with so many other tacos, you're just supplying something that nobody has.
My name is Kevin Lasitzen. I own a restaurant in town. I started a restaurant similar to what you guys are doing. It's been open for 4 years, opened up a second location. So I've gone through these beginning stages, started this in February 4 years ago, and went through bottom up. Do you guys have, first of all, absolutely amazing job. You guys are standing in front of us. None of you are collapsing. Your knees are good. Your voice tone was excellent. Like, I'm engaged with you guys, so I know we're probably coming at you, but this is good feedback, so hopefully you're happy and relaxed because you guys are solid. Like, seriously, this is sick. In a good way. Can I say that? Not sick in the bad way. Yeah, there you go. Relax a little bit. Enjoy it. Do you guys have a mentor that's working with you?
No, we don't have a mentor.
My name is Kevin Lasitzen, and I own a restaurant in town. I'm just repeating that for obvious reasons. I get the taco idea. You know, it's like Mad Duck. I mean, they started by brewing, then opened up a restaurant around their brewery, and that's how that's their platform. Some places, you know, I mean, best case scenario is you own the ground the cows are eating the grass on, that are you're butchering, that are going to your customer, and that's McDonald's, right? So there's always long-term vision stuff, but I did hear the food truck, and that puts you in front of people, so that's good. I like that idea. There's definitely a cost to that that's not equated in there, because there's an overhead cost to that: gas, labor, the equipment, where are you going to store it at, where are you going to make the food at. There's a lot of things that are moving parts at the bottom line. Overall, I liked it a lot. I think there's definitely room for understanding the back end of it and getting excited about it. I just had questions about the actual products at Rocket Dog. We really care about the food that goes out. It's extremely fresh. We have it for 2 or 3 days, and that's really, as long as we have it in the restaurant, it gets tossed. With that being said, we have 0 food waste. So we're really good at stuff like that, making sure that the food's top notch. If you haven't been there, you should check it out. It's really good food. We have sandwiches in there as well and salads, so I get what you're trying to do. Who's actually making the tortilla?
That would be me.
I thought so, just because you're the first one that talked about it.
Yeah.
Where are they being made right now?
Right now, as our MVP pitch, I was making them at home
Awesome.
from scratch.
So, perfect. That's beautiful. And where'd you get the idea for the tomato?
Well, as a team, we were brainstorming on how we mostly eat Mexican food,
Okay.
and tacos came to our idea. So
course.
we just wanted to give it a change, a different
Yeah.
perspective.
There's plenty of room in Fresno for good tacos. They're very extremely cheap, they're popular, and everyone's looking for a better taco place. However, please keep certain words out of your vocabulary, like coloring. When you say things like food coloring, and I'm gonna give you $100,000, I'm out. Because that's preservatives, and I don't necessarily want that. So you're making it fresh, that needs to be something that you talk about, because right now I'm buying into it more. And you could have, because you talked for 7 minutes, and you're supposed to talk from 10 to 12, so you have more time. Time goes so fast when you're speaking, you guys. So you have more time, you have 5 more minutes before you would have been in like a red line. So know that you have more time to talk about that, and if you said it, I didn't hear you, so I apologize. Talk more about that, 'cause I think that's awesome. And then the other one was, you had the red one, and then you had a green one. You said that was
The
what?
green one's spinach.
Spinach, okay, cool. So you're doing this stuff like by hand?
Yes.
Yeah, so by volume, that would be huge. So being able to get those in bags and sold, like the gentleman here said, because you're making things in volume, decreases your labor, all those equations will add up to you at the end of the day. You want to make money, right? Right? It's okay, you can say yes.
Yes.
You're not a bad human, don't want to make money. Good for you. Cool. Anyhow, I'm available to help you guys. I'm not supposed to say that, I don't think. I don't know.
Yes.
They've accepted your offer to mentor them.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyhow, I'll leave some notes on here for you, but the teachers would have to reach out to me, and you guys need to do the same. But all in all, good job. But your numbers, you gotta understand your numbers more, okay? They were backwards on how you were talking, so now that you did it, watch the video, watch how you were talking, because as an investor, you're the most important person on the stage. No stress, I'm not trying to stress you out, you're capable of doing it, but follow the numbers that are on the screen so you don't lose us. You need to be on the spot, on point. All that means to you is follow the screen. If you have to get up and walk, grab a pointer, a thing, touch it and walk. So we can just follow you, explain what you write down. You don't have to memorize it, you have to know it. So explain what you write down. Make sense? Well, you did good. It's your first time probably, right? You're good, bro.
And it was helpful to hear after the questioning kind of how you came up with this concept or idea of talking about amongst yourselves, realizing that this was a need or a interest that you had because you're spending a lot of money on tacos or Mexican food. So I would, if you pitch it again or to others, I think adding that information in there would be really helpful to help us understand how you came up with the concept. And as was mentioned, I think you did a great job of, you presented on the different cost breakdown of the kind of cost of the goods and the materials, which was great, but it also echoed the feedback about doing the same level of that analysis for the rest of, for your other costs. You're gonna have labor and other stuff like that. So what is your MVP? You talked about you catered for a lunch or a dinner, but you didn't have the tortillas there. So what is the next step that you want to take? What is your MVP going forward? What do you want to test?
Well, me and my team, we were actually talking about this not too long ago, is making chips out of the tortillas so we could actually sell them with salsa or anything else at different locations.
Okay. So I think, the concept sounds good to me. I would definitely try a taco with what you're talking about. it seems like a simple concept, but yet I don't know of anybody out there that's necessarily doing that. I think a lot of it will boil down too to what kind of flavor you get from that tortilla. That's why I was asking questions about whether you got feedback on that, because I feel like that's really going to be one of the differentiators. Like you said, you can go anywhere and get, asada or adobada or whatever, but if that tortilla adds a really special element to it, that's going to be unique. And then you also have to be prepared, though, that somebody else might be able to go out and replicate your recipe. So you might want to think about what you do in that case. But I also like the fact that you're thinking about other things that you could do with a product like chips or maybe some of your fresh salsas, that type of thing. So that would be your product test would be you want enough funds to be able to put together a batch of the tortillas, make chips, and then distribute them for kind of testing and feedback.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. How much money do you think it is that you need in order to accomplish this this kind of MVP test?
If you're not prepared to answer, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. If you don't know the answer, then that's definitely the next thing that you want to figure out is, okay, it looks like it's going to cost us X to do this test, and that's what you want to go after in order to figure it out.
Okay, can I jump in? I'm Josh Brewer. I'm a mentor here to one of the groups that's in one of your classes. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a few businesses, and I'm in the building industry, not in the food industry, but I eat, just like anybody else. I think you're targeting, the way you put it together is really good. And when you go for millennials only, I think you need to realize you're going for millennials because they are communicative and they will move you into places of opportunity, but everybody eats. So use that as something to move towards and use them as a vehicle to put you into places like a train and you're the cargo. But get where you're going through them. Don't ever forget that you're going to have some fundraising party for Children's Hospital. It's got 500 people there and they might want 3 vendors, and something like that. Like just be available and stay. I say this to other young people that I mentor, keep elasticity, keep versatility, be ready to roll with what the market starts to show you as you expose yourself into it and get your product into it. I would have loved to taste a tortilla if you would have had it, because I would have liked to see if I can taste the tomato that made the red. I would have liked to taste to see if I can taste the spinach that made the green. I think you should also experiment with maybe other things that have color that are natural. Like, I wouldn't think I want to eat an eggplant, but eggplant has a real strong purple to it, so it might work somehow in making a purple tortilla with eggplant. Think of other foods that bring other colors, other vegetables, things that can bring color and expand. Keep it going. Perfect what you're doing. Don't get a mile wide and an inch thick, with what you're doing, but in your research, keep your mind going on that. Also, you got to jump on this mentor offer down here. He's chomping at the bit to help you guys make it, and I see that being Rocket Dog Star Tacos combination.
That's craft beer and I'm down.
I see stuff happening there, and you guys need that, and that's really what you need. Somebody that's gone before you, and I think you guys did a great job sharing your pitch. Just back to your MVP pitch, great job sharing. Everybody getting a piece and a part. When you pull the title CEO, hold the title CEO, be the CEO. That's the director and the guy that's got the mind for it. You're the pitch person that people are normally going to look to. So a lot of questions got hit at CFO because we've got in the money stuff, and that's important. And you got some good pointers to pay attention to. But I saw yesterday, and I'm seeing now, like, I want a CEO to really come off the blocks. Like, it doesn't mean don't be who you are, but make sure that you've collected and aggregated all the data of the full team and that you're able to dispense it. Good job memorizing your parts and know what they are. And if there's any way to, I don't know if there's food proprietary licensing.
Oh, I have that. I took that class online and I have my certificate.
Okay, excellent. If you can lay in any sort of that, and you can talk with Kevin when you get with Kevin later, maybe you can show him what you've got so far and he can move you further in that. But if you can license something like this, now you're down to my colleague that was speaking about tortilla distribution. Well, you could be tacos and distribution, and you're going to other guys and they're just helping your name, but your name's on everything that's going through because it's Star Tacos Tortillas. that they're pushing, and you don't bring anybody in that kitchen. Like Colonel Sanders, nobody comes in that kitchen unless they sign a non-disclosure agreement. Kevin will tell you about that too. You guys did a great job, really good. Thank you.
Before you leave, I want to show you today's millennials. I have a picture for you that happened today. I think it's relevant. Whenever we're there. We're close. Right.
Thank you.
All right,
All
good.
right, we're here. We got the millennials too. You guys have a good day. You won't say no to them, right?